The overall cost for a donor cycle varies significantly, and we try to get a really close estimate for intended parents when they have identified a donor. So the big variable here will be the egg donor compensation.
Right.
That depends on her background, how many times she's donated. So we will be presenting you with the donors with an understanding of what their compensation is, and then an estimate of what the cycle expenses will be. Some variables here is if the donor is local to your clinic or if travel is needed. Most cycles will require travel. So when we are matching you with the donor, you will be presented with all the information. You will know what the overall costs are supposed to be. So included in that is travel, local monitoring, attorney expenses, both for you and for your donor. Intended parents have to cover the cost of her attorney.
Any genetic counseling,
Psychological evaluation, the donor compensation, and the agency fee. Right at match, we do ask that our parents who work with us, with our team, they fund an escrow account. Oh, there's another expense escrow. We'll fund an escrow account that will hold all of the cycle expenses. The intended parents are the client of the escrow account. So they will get a copy of the legal agreement, the escrow company will. So any charges that come through escrow will be reviewed to make sure they're consistent with the legal agreement. So parents, that's a concern I see a lot of times, and we've seen some abuse of this in the industry, which is why a third-party escrow account we think is really crucial.
I think one important thing about compensation, and to remember about compensation, is that ultimately it is up to the donor.
Yes.
Some donors have fairly high compensations, and a higher compensation does not guarantee a successful cycle. A low compensation does not mean she won't have an amazing cycle. But I know that can make some intended parents feel uncomfortable when they hear that a first-time donor was $10,000 and then she's now asking for $18,000 for a second cycle. That can feel icky sometimes.
Yeah.
But again, donors kind of get to set their worth, and then parents get to make their decision, I think, based off of that.
We do let our donors set their own compensation, and we feel that that's important. Some agencies will dictate how much the donor can receive for first time, repeat. We let the donors decide because we can't say what that's worth to them.
Right.
For their time away from school, some of them are taking time away from jobs or just that overall commitment. We don't feel that that's our place to decide what that is. And then if parents find that they are really drawn to a specific donor and maybe they're uncomfortable with her compensation, we're happy to go back to the donor and ask her and present that match to her and see if she's interested in being flexible. I think a lot of times our donors have that desire, really want to help, and they don't want their compensation to be the hindering factor for intended parents to move forward.